scouting your potential audience. So we're going to go through 5 different phases. The first phase is how to research your analytics and why it's important. Okay? The first thing is this includes website analytics. This includes social media metrics. It includes customer database. And this you're going to have to listen to me because it's not going to be on the screen, y'all. I see y'all looking back and forth. But sales records, and also any other data that pertains to your business, right? So when it comes to your website analytics, like for example, I host both of my websites on Squarespace. I know there's a lot of different other platforms out there, but I personally use Squarespace. I've been using it for years now. And on my website, I'm able to gather information on how much traffic is being generated week after week, if it increased, if it decreased, or whatever it is, and what pages they are like active on. So that's very important. You want to know, okay, are they really active on the shopping page? Are they active on the podcast page? Are they active on the recap page? You just want to know where their focus and their attention is, because that'll help you understand like where you should probably put most of your content so people can engage even more, right? And then social media metrics. You have Instagram, so if you have a personal account on Instagram, you should definitely change it over to a business account, because as a business account, you will be able to utilize all of your features as far as like how many followers you have, what time of day you should post, the hour, the day, the amount of people that are interacting, and also like the most engagement you're getting out of a month. So sometimes I may have like this past month, I think I had like more people engaged with my account than I have followers. I had like 18.5 or something people that engaged with my account, but I only have like 17.5 followers or 17.4, something like that. But that's great because I'm able to tell y'all this because I can see it, that I have more people engaged with my account than I have followers. So that's a good thing. You want to be able to see those things. And then you have customer database. So with customer database, there can be something as small as a comment. So somebody can purchase an item and they can come to your page, your website, your Instagram, whatever it might be, or they might just leave a review on the product, and that allows you to have customer database. So don't like look at it like, oh, this is nothing. Like even with people that reached out to me on social media for this class, that was like, hey, I'm trying to come to the class, or they was like, hey, I need the virtual link. Like right before I came in here, I sent somebody the virtual link. Even though I posted it in my story, I wanted to make it easy for them to access. I'm not going to make them go through my story and try to figure it out again. I'm just going to send it automatically to them. So just even small things like that, I think people don't take account for. And I get a lot of DMs, but I try to monitor as much as I possibly can and respond to those people, because those people matter. And then you have sales records, right? So I'm like, yesterday I posted, we celebrated 5 years with Dope People Meet. Give it up for us. And so I dropped 2 bucket hats, right? And so with that, I'm able to go back on to Squarespace or whatever site I might utilize, and I can see how many people engaged with the link, how many people was interested in the bucket hat. So, and if I see 0 people interacted, right, that lets me know, go back to the drawing board. Let's see what else they might possibly like. You get what I'm saying? So everything you drop, everybody don't have to like. And you shouldn't never get offended by that, right? So even if it was like 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, whatever, a lot of people may look at that as small, but at least one person was interested. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful of that. And then also, like I said, any other data that pertains to your business, like everybody's business is different. I heard there's a lot of photographers, videographers. Some people are into marketing. It just depends. So you have to know what works for your business. But the only way for you to know that is to do your own research within your own engagement from social media. If you have a website, whatever that might be, you should definitely take that very serious. I definitely look at my website analytics. I know a lot of people think people don't be on websites. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They be on websites more than social media, almost. So that's a little nugget for you guys. The next thing will be how to research hashtags. So a lot of people think hashtags don't work, but they allow you to identify relevant content and trends. And then secondly, it allows you to explore different perspectives and viewpoints that you may not have even thought of. And thirdly, it helps you find and engage with content related to your interests, right? So let's go back to the first bullet point. It allows you to identify relevant content and trends. So, trends come and go by the day. So with that, it's a lot of trends that I've seen that were out like maybe months ago that I still see are resurfacing now. So just because it was old, that doesn't mean you can't do it right now. And if you do it right now, I just say get creative with it. Like do something, do it. Add like a spin to it or whatever. Even the second bullet point, explore different perspectives and viewpoints. So sometimes I think we are always stuck on like a certain viewpoint or perspective that we have to engage with or a certain thing we have to do. There's no rules to how you create. And I wish a lot of creators will understand that you don't have to follow up behind Kylie Jenner. You don't have to follow up behind whomever. Cam Kirk Studios, Porchia Marie. You can do whatever you want to do. Get very creative with your own perspective, your own viewpoint, your own way of thinking, right? And then the last bullet point, it helps you find and engage with content related to your interests. I feel like a lot of people, I try to do like a cleanup on my socials because sometimes I'll see somebody's account and I'm like, why is this on my explore page or my timeline? Like, I don't even like this type of content. You know, so even stuff like that, it will let you know, like, you know, what you're interested in and things of that nature, who you should follow, who you should not follow. But I always utilize hashtags if I'm looking for MUA, if I'm looking for a stylist, if I'm looking for a photographer, videographer, especially in different cities when I'm activating. I will always look at the hashtags. Hashtags really work. I don't know if y'all know that, but it really, really, really worked. The next bullet will be how to research tag photos. And a lot of people think you're being nosy, but whatever. It's not being nosy. It's really like with the tag photos, I would say it helps you identify influencers or brand ambassadors that can contribute to your branding and marketing efforts. And then the last bullet point, I would say tag locations that can help with potential locations for projects that you may have coming up. So back to identifying influencers and brand ambassadors, when I see somebody tag somebody or if I see somebody page that I'm interested in, I will go to the tag photos because I'm trying to see like who rocks with them, who's commenting, who's engaging. Like if I can see their likes, I'm just trying to see who's liking it. I'm trying to see what their audience really looks like. So I say definitely utilize the tag photos because you can identify an ambassador or an influencer you can reach out to like, hey, I got this brand. I have a magazine. I would love to feature you in it. You know, would you love to be a part? You know, you just never know because there's so many different creators in the industry that you'll miss somebody and you don't always want to stick to the same old people over and over again. You want to keep utilizing Kylie. You want to keep utilizing Beyonce. You want to keep utilizing Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying? You want to utilize people across from you, network across from you. And then we also have the locations. Like a lot of times I find really dope locations. If it's a rooftop, if it's a new studio, if it's a bar for a dope people meet social hour, whatever it might be. But I look at those tag locations and I think a lot of people don't think about that. But I try to see like what city, state that's in and I'll save it. And I don't know if you guys even know about this, but this is like off my script. But you know, if you press the save button on Instagram, you can create categories of stuff. I don't know if y'all know that. Y'all might have a whole bunch of saved stuff everywhere. No, you can categorize it to where it's like hair, nails inspo, or feet inspo, wardrobe inspo, whatever. But you guys can utilize those features as well on Instagram. A lot of people are not familiar with that. Honestly, I just found out about that like a couple months ago. And I utilize it very well now. The next point will be research the people that comment under your posts, right? So you will get a better understanding of your audience, number one. Number two, this allows you to have a more personalized response. And number three, this allows you to tailor your content, products, and services to meet your audience needs and expectations. So I always look and see who's commenting under my posts. I'm also even looking at people that are following me, you know, and also I think a lot of people get so caught up on, oh, they didn't follow me back. That's not necessary. Don't worry about that component. But see who is actually following you to see what type of people they're associated with, because I always look at the mutual friends. That's always like a key factor for me personally. And then I go and see like, okay, they commented, so they're clearly engaged. Let me see what type of content or things they're posting on their account. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, they'll let you know if you need to even engage or interact with them. That also helps me determine if I want to follow you back. And just because if some of y'all follow me, and I ain't follow you back, it ain't nothing personal. Okay, so just a lot of y'all on planet Earth. But So that's what I would say in regards to that. And again, like I said, you get to cater your product or your brand towards your target audience because you just never know who is interested. It's a lot of people that I found, like even that came to this class that I didn't expect to show up, but y'all showed up, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty dope. Like, I was like, I didn't know that, you even paid attention to me. Things of that nature. You never know who's paying attention to you. So I say always utilize those people under your comments. They matter. Also, the last bullet would be research the people that DM you. Even if you cannot get to all of them, research some of them. Number one, this is a part of relationship building. Number two, believe it or not, this is a part of customer service and support. As I told y'all right before I walked in here, literally 2 seconds before I walked in here, somebody DM'd me, was like, can you please send me the virtual link? I posted in my story. I could have been an a-hole and been like, you can go find it in my story. But I'm like, nah, like, let me send it to them. Easy access. They probably ain't got time for that. And the fact that they reached out and had time to reach out to me, I made time for them. So I was like, make sure you build that rapport with customer service in your DMs. And then this also is reputation management as well, because a lot of people look at certain people that's like, oh, they're too busy for me, or they're too this, they're too that, and that's not even true. Sometimes it's just difficult to get to every single person. It's not about feeling higher than or better than. It's just sometimes, it's hard to get to so many DMs out of a day's time. Like, I don't even respond to all my friends all the time. It's just too many people in my DMs. And I'm not saying that I'm like everybody trying to flirt. It's just like it's a lot of people that's inquiring about business or whatever it might be. But also I would say this to you guys too, when you're doing outreach, utilize the email address that's in people's bio if you really want to do business. Because it's very difficult to get to so many DMs. Like if I went through each DM on all 3 or 4 of my Instagram accounts, it's too many to keep up with. So I would say utilize that feature on the account.